What is going on, guys? Matt Downs with Daily Grind Fantasy Sports to help give you the edge for this NBA 7-game slate on DraftKings. Cannot wait to break it down. If you guys want to be entered into the $25 giveaway that we do every single Friday on our live stream, please like, subscribe, and also comment your favorite GPP play for the slate. If you guys are brand new to this channel, we provide both free and paid content for all daily fantasy sports across all sports. If you could please show your support by hitting that subscribe button, notification bell, and of course smashing that like button for all of our future NBA content. If you would like to know more about becoming a better DFS player and taking down that big GPP, head over to www.patreon.com/DGFantasy for more information. On Patreon, we give advanced cheat sheets for all DFS sports on DraftKings. These cheat sheets include updated projections, ownership, and our overall favorite plays from slate to slate. We take it a step further by teaching you how to play fantasy sports like a shark, by showing you where the best leverage spots are to put you in the best spots to take down tourneys. Also included is our private Discord chat where you get to talk over the slate with everyone, including our coaches, to help build your lineups. And now let's go ahead and dive right into this NBA 7-game slate, but first you guys know we have to go over some Patreon success. If you guys haven't signed up for Patreon, now is the time to do it. It's still the 4th of the month. As you guys know, Patreon subscriptions restart on the 1st of every month. So if you want to grab what the full value has to offer on Patreon, we cover our favorite cash plays, our favorite GPP plays, our favorite leverage sheets, and all of that. If you guys look here on our screen, all of our members take advantage of our favorite plays, and all of that is provide ownership projections, a private Discord room where we go over some of your favorite plays, our favorite plays, and we help make those pivots for you guys. Slate breaking injury news live before lock. We do a 30-minute private stream right before the lock just to make sure we are all on the same page. So all of that and so much more. Here you guys can see a close takedown, $275, and it looks like he won $867 on the night. Got really close to taking that down. Another four-person takedown. $1,000 won here. 267 winner take all. Something we always preach, very small contests. That $3 free contest got 318 points there for Joey, and then also a really close takedown, $3 and $18, $5 in the 12th, second place out of 39 people, and also some more takedown success here. This was a showdown success story here. $35 won on that slate. All right, now let's talk about this slate. So if you guys think back to my other video formats, I usually go over my favorite cash plays and GPP plays. I'm going to do that exact same thing, except I'm going to cut right through the fluff. I'm going to go right to the teams what we're going to talk about, specifically here with the Sacramento game all the way here. It looks like it's the second to last game here on the slate. Fox, Halliburton, and Woodard are out, so that's going to open up a tremendous amount of value here for Sacramento, and they're going to draw a lot of the chalk despite the matchup here versus OKC. Another matchup that I really want to talk about is this Brooklyn-Milwaukee game, and the reason for that is because the over-under is actually at a 242, which is by far the highest on the slate. The second highest is going to be here with Golden State and New Orleans, which contains a little bit of injury news right now. Kelly Oubre is just out for Golden State. With New Orleans, it's just going to be Steven Adams. And also, one last bit of injury news that I want to talk about, that's going to be with Charlotte. Devontae Graham, Hayward, and Martin are out. However, LaMelo Ball is back, and I want to show you guys here a little bit later in the video how that impacts the usage rate for Charlotte. So there's really 4 teams I want to talk about in this video in terms of cash. It's going to be Sacramento, Milwaukee, Brooklyn, and also Charlotte. And they're going to carry a lot of the chalk. And of course, if you guys want the last bit of slate-breaking injury news, feel free to join our live stream. We go about an hour, 30 minutes before lock every single time just to make sure we're getting all of that last-minute injury news breaking right before the slate starts. So if you guys want the updated news, head over to that live stream. Again, hit that subscribe button and notification bell, and you guys will be notified once we go live. All right, so let's talk about the Sacramento Kings. When you take Fox, Halliburton, and Woodard off the court, well, apparently Hassan Whiteside's the best player on the court. However, that's in 24 minutes of sample size. Average is 1.83 fantasy points per minute. I would take that with a grain of salt. Look past those guys. Marvin Bagley has the highest usage rate on the team, a 1.04 fantasy point per minute. He also gets a nice little usage boost down here. Delon Wright gets a 5.1% usage boost, Corey Joseph a 4.5% usage boost, and Marvin Bagley a 3% usage boost. And that kind of makes sense because if you take the point guards off the floor, the other point guards are going to benefit the most. So when taking a look here at this board, guys I want to hone in on, Buddy Hield averaging 1.23 fantasy points per minute with a high usage rate. Marvin Bagley, Delon Wright, and then also Corey Joseph averaging 0.91 fantasy points per minute. When you convert that over to our board here, we actually have Delon Wright at 5.1K, projected at 31 minutes, projected right now 38.13 fantasy points, which comes out to a 7.5 point per dollar value. I believe that's the highest on the slate. Yep, that is by far the highest on the slate here for the Sacramento Kings. Marvin Bagley, somebody we just talked about, 1.04 fantasy points per minute, and he was on the minute limit in his last game. He actually played 34 minutes. Right now he's projected 31. I could expect him to play up to 34 minutes. That being said, he has a very high ceiling tonight. His floor is 31 minutes, 5K, averaging over fantasy point per minute. We know that price tag should be about 6K, so he's about $1,000 underpriced for the evening. Love Delon Wright, love Marvin Bagley. I think they're going to draw a lot of the chalk. And then one guy I want to talk about here in terms of value is going to be Harkless, projected right now 29 minutes. He is the bottom of the barrel price tag of $3,600. Yeah, he's not a good fantasy point per minute player, so I'm going to consider him more of a GPP option. But again, when you're playing a lot of starter minutes, 29 minutes for him, near bottom of the barrel price tag, all he has to do is get hot pretty early, and he can easily pay off that price tag. Somebody else that's going to be in the GPP category is going to be Terrence Davis, only projected 24 minutes. He does average a decent amount of fantasy points per minute, 0.94 to be exact, so I don't mind him for GPPs. Rashawn Holmes, same exact thing, 6.3K. But Buddy Hield, I think he's going to be one of my favorite GPP options here on this team, averaging 1.06 fantasy points per minute if we go back to the board here, and a 24% usage rate, which is actually the second highest from the active guys actually playing, right behind Marvin Bagley. So I do like Buddy Hield for GPPs. I love Delon Wright, and I love Marvin Bagley for cash. I think they're going to draw a lot of the chalk, and I think their minutes are a bit conservative here, only projected 31 minutes each. I think they could easily play north of that. All right, let's keep going down here on the chart. We're going to go next to Milwaukee. By the way, this over-under, I'm going to note one more time, a 242. Milwaukee's only favored by 1 point, so that means Milwaukee 121 points scored projected, and then Brooklyn's projected to score 120 points. So a very high-scoring affair. Could see another Indiana Pacer, Washington Wizards type matchup. Probably not that good, but you guys get the point. A very high over-under with a lot of upside. That being said, Giannis is going to be the obvious pay-up option tonight. Only 10.7K, didn't get a price bump or decrease, just sitting in that range at 10.7K. We know when he's in a competitive matchup, which is exactly what this matchup is supposed to be, he absolutely smashes value. Right now we have him projected 64.87 points. As you guys can see, last matchup versus Brooklyn dropped 74.5 points. So we have a good sample size of what he's done. We can expect that similar kind of output here. Took 36 shots on the night. Absolutely unbelievable. So Giannis is going to be the obvious chalk play and spend up option on the slate. Another person that kind of passes the eye test is DiVincenzo, averaging close to a fantasy point per minute in 28 minutes, and got a price decrease at 4.6K. So I definitely don't mind him here at this price tag. I think he's another good salary saver. Same thing with Pat Connaughton. You have to keep in mind that Jeff Teague is not playing, so Pat Connaughton is actually getting a minute bump here. 23 projected minutes. Don't mind him for a salary saver at 3.3K just because of the pace of the game. And then the rest of these guys are definitely going to be more GPP options. Drew Holiday, 8.1K. Definitely doesn't pass the eye test. Going to carry a little bit lower ownership. Same thing with Chris Middleton, 8.4K, but I do like him. We take shooters and high-paced contests, and that's exactly what he is. So I definitely think he can easily hit value. Could be a nice pivot off of somebody like Giannis. Don't mind Chris Middleton for a GPP option. The rest of these guys are going to be carrying low ownership in this contest. Giannis and DiVincenzo are going to be my cash options here from this team. Next on the list, we're going to flip to the other side of the ball here with Brooklyn. So Kevin Durant, another name that's supposed to be on the minute restriction. He's only projected 34 minutes right now, but he literally played 40 minutes, 36 his previous two contests, an average of 38 minutes in his past two contests. So I think 34 minutes is a bit on the conservative side, averaging 1.51 fantasy points per minute without James Harden on the floor. I think he can easily pay off his price tag in this contest. As you guys can see, when he played Milwaukee last time, scored 62 points. We have him projected for 52.85, which comes out to a 5.7 point per dollar value. I really think a Kevin Durant and Giannis stack is viable in this contest. You take the two highest usage guys from the highest over under, and they happen to both be really good superstars. I think they're going to draw a lot of the chalk tonight, and everybody else on this roster is definitely going to be a little bit lower owned. Guys like Joe Harris, we like shooters and high paced matchups. He dropped a dud last time, so definitely going to be carrying lower ownership. Claxton's now back, projected 16 minutes, so I don't mind him. A very productive player, averaging 1.06 fantasy points per minute with these guys off the court. And obviously Kyrie Irving, actually higher price than Kevin Durant, so a great pivot if you believe in Kyrie Irving over Kevin Durant. I think that's a great just automatic swap if you're looking in that price range. But the only cash viable guy I'm considering from the team is going to be Kevin Durant. Definitely passes the eye test. All right, last but not least, let's move over to Charlotte. We have LaMelo Ball back, and he's projected to play close to starter minutes here, 33 minutes. When you take these guys off the court, talking about Gordon Hayward, Devontae Graham, and Cody Martin, LaMelo Ball averaging 1.35 fantasy points per minute, the third highest usage rate guy on the team. And it's actually very interesting because with LaMelo Ball on the court, all of these guys get a nice fantasy point per minute boost. I'm talking about guys like Terry Rozier averaging 1.09 fantasy points per minute, PJ Washington 1.04, Malik Monk 0.9. When you take LaMelo Ball off the court, all those things drop, which means that he's a very good ball handler. He's a great true point guard, pushes the ball a lot, and he's very effective for his teammates. So I like him here in this picture. As you can see, Charlotte projected to score 111 points. It's higher than what it's previously been. We're used to seeing with the LaMelo Ball off the court that Vegas odds between 100 to about 106-ish. They have not been scoring that many points, but when you add LaMelo Ball back in the mix, definitely love him. Right now at a 7.1K price tag, if he actually is playing 33 minutes, I love his price tag. 44.55 points is what we have him projected at, and a 6.3 point per dollar value. One of the more obvious pay-up options on the slate next to Giannis and Kevin Durant. Malik Monk at 4.3K, don't mind him, and 28 projected minutes comes out to a 5.9 point per dollar value. Terry Rozier, 7.3K, definitely don't mind him as well, but I think the rest of these guys are going to be GPP options, and I think LaMelo Ball is going to be the only cash viable guy from this team just because of his price tag and the hype around him finally being back projected starter minutes. And just like that, guys, we covered all the cash plays, GPP plays I did touch base on here in these matchups. I will be covering a lot of the GPP options here on our Patreon and a little bit closer to lock. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this content. If you did, please do hit that subscription button, notification bell, and of course, smash that like button for all of our future NBA content. With all that being said, have a great rest of your day, and let's cash.